Hello, Gemini, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm a spiritual life coach and I help you choose growth. We're going to do things a little different today. I got a new animal oracle deck and I'm going to use a new spread for your tarot reading. So let's get started. This animal oracle will be our theme for your reading today. This is the flying fox or the fruit bat, keyword kindness. This card talks about being kind even if it's not the easiest choice, but always choosing kindness. And it's coming through to also consider areas in your life where you're not receiving the kindness that you feel you're giving. Okay? Now, I want to clarify this with my guides because when we do things out of love and kindness, we're not looking at getting it back necessarily. We're not putting conditions on it. But I feel like what my guides are trying to say is that there is an imbalance, either relationship, partnership, or situation at work where you're not receiving back what you're fully giving. And maybe it's time to look at why that's happening. Is this a boundaries problem? Is this a difference of intention? What exactly is going on there? I think this might have to be a different video, but there's an amazing story that goes with this card, which talks about this figure here being repaid. She did a kind act for a helpless creature, and through really no fault of her own, she was in these very antagonistic circumstances. She was an outsider and people really didn't want her in the position she was in. And because she had been kind to something that wasn't expecting anything in return, she was actually saved by a whole colony of bats. Twice they saved her life. So we're looking at kindness in the face of adversity, kindness in the face of harshness, of cruelty. But at the same time, there's another message specific to you, Gemini, right now about looking at the balance of what you're getting out, what you're putting out versus what you're receiving back. Okay, let's start with your tarot reading. We've got success for the card where you are now, lovers where you're headed. We're going to just start with those two. So we've got the what next feeling going on with our two of feathers here. Okay, yeah, I've maybe accomplished something, but what's next? And there's an unwillingness to face the choice or the door that you need to walk through next. But this choice is coming to you, Gemini, and your hand will be forced to make a decision. It's almost as if you've kind of I'm just gonna have to say it, you've half-assed a choice. You've said, yeah, okay, I choose this, and you've thrown a little bit of energy at it. You've thrown a little bit of intention at it, but you haven't fully thrown yourself at it. You haven't really committed to walking through. You've just said, yeah, I'll do it. But you can't fool yourself. You can't fool your guides. You can't fool the universe. So the Lover's card is interesting because this is the Gemini card. This is a card associated with Gemini. And we're looking at the masculine and the feminine coming together. And what this means to me for you right now is intention and emotion. The masculine intention saying this is what we're going to do, and that feminine emotion saying, well, this is how I feel about it. They're not aligned right now. But if you wait for the universe to push this on you, you're going to have to make a quicker decision than what you're comfortable with. So because this information is coming to you right now, I feel like you've got a little bit of time to really put this all together. All right, let's look at information coming in. Father of Feathers. All right, this is timing again, that you're going to be forced to make this move or decision quicker than you maybe want to do. He can't really stay much longer next to this forest fire because he's going to get burned, right? And the father in this deck looks at leadership, being first, being the one out in front. And so you're going to have to lead yourself into a decision, essentially. You're going to have to be the one. Someone else is not going to do this for you. and someone else is not going to go in front of you. You're going to have to be the one to step forward and say, this is what I'm doing for me. This is where I'm going for me. And it's almost as if you're being asked to really rely much stronger and deeper on yourself, not on what your mind thinks you should be doing, but on your heart. I'm reminded to go back to your theme card where we're looking at kindness in adverse situations. Okay, kindness being the heart energy. And, I could look at this as fusing with the Lovers, where the kindness is the heart energy opening, saying, this is what would be the best for me. This is what I would really love. This is how I want to be treated. And the adversary being all this mental energy, the negative side of the masculine, this mind energy that says, no, we should do this, or we should do that, or we shouldn't do this, or we shouldn't do that. But your heart is asking for something little. It's just saying, I just want you to make this little choice for me. I would really like this little choice, and I will repay you in so many ways if you would just make this little choice to support me. Okay. It feels like there's pressure in this reading. It feels like there's swiftness. It feels like you don't really have a lot of time to get yourself together here, Gemini, but you do have all the pieces. You do have everything you need to make this choice and decision. Let's look at the healing message of this reading. Pretty good news, right? 6 of Wands, victory. Look how many Wands cards you have. 3, and then 1 air, which air makes fire hotter, right? Or it puts it out. But you've got more fire than air, so I would say the air can only feed the fire. Using your confidence in yourself to know that you can make the right decision, feeling like you've got your own back, that you can do this. This is believing in your willpower and believing in you to make the right decision for you. These cards altogether are asking you not to abandon yourself. That in the midst of burning buildings, or in the midst of accomplishing things, in the midst of what's going on outside of you, don't abandon yourself. Stay with yourself. That's what is really happening here, is yourself is just saying, please remember me. Please be kind to me. And please put me first, because if you do, I will protect you. I will help you. I will be there in ways that you didn't expect. But I need you to see me. I need you to respect me. If there's anything else that wants to come through for you. You're saying to look at all the reds. Okay, why is the red significant? Okay. This message you can take far beyond this reading, but this is a fundamental change guidance is asking you to make. That you no longer go into situations looking at what you can get or what's happening or how you should respond or blah, 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 blah. It's, okay, how do I be kind to myself first? Not how do I be kind to someone else, not any of that other, lofty, looks good thinking, but how am I going to be kind to myself in this particular situation? And because they were drawing my attention to the root chakra, I was going to say the red chakra, which it is. That is the fundamental way that we support, coalesce, and really integrate the divine energies into ourselves. If you don't have a strong root chakra, then none of the work you do up here is really going to matter. The root chakra has to ground us because we are in physical bodies. If we don't work with that root chakra, then again, any intuition, any crown chakra work, it's not going to be as powerful because that energy has no place to go. If you think in terms of currents, electrical sockets, you have to have a grounding force, right? So that the energy has a channel. If it doesn't, the energy sparks and explodes and goes out of control, right? So we're looking to really ground your energy so that all of these different parts of you can start opening up and working. And you start that process with wanting to be kind to yourself first and foremost. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and have a great week.